So when did you become an advocate for the defense?
State.
Do you feel like you're an advocate for the defense?
No, sir.
Are you sure about that?
Sir, I'm on the science and the analysis that I've done. That's the side that I'm on.
You sure are. Because after that 424 call letting them know that the United States Attorney's Office gave permission for you to be called as a witness, you called them again that day, didn't you? Or they called you on the main line?
We may have exchanged a couple calls that day, yes.
Well, you did exchange a couple calls that day because we have at least some records. And when you called later that day after telling them that you had permission they could use you as witnesses, what did you talk about?
Do you have the records that I could take a look at just so I could see what you're referring
Do you
to?
remember having calls after you called Attorney Jackson and said you had the green light from the U.S. Attorney's Office? Do you remember having further calls that day?
I think we had a couple brief conversations, yes.
Okay. When you think about it, do you remember them, or are you just saying you think but you don't know?
I don't remember. I remember that there was one conversation, I believe in early May, that I had with Mr. Jackson in which we engaged in a conversation where I gave him more information about my background, who ARCA was as a whole. I think we even got to talk a little bit about my family, my 4 kids and things of that nature, but it was a call about background and qualifications.
We're still back in April. You're moving ahead to May when you first started billing. I want to talk about back in April. Do you remember having conversations on April 24th with Mr. Jackson? Do you remember that?
I'm going to allow